Hey, what's up, gamers? Welcome back to my channel. I just got out of the shower, so we'll just consider that like step one of my get ready with me. Take a shower, wash your face, wash your skin, wash your body. I've been very inspired by both Drew Monson and Daniel Howell for their recent videos that they've uploaded. So I just wanted to do a major shout out in the beginning because I'm probably going to reference them throughout the rest of this video. So I just want you to know who I'm talking about. They're my YouTube zaddies. I love them. DILFs. That's all I really have to say there. For a couple of years now, I've been wanting to come on here and do a huge dramatic video spilling all the tea, expose style, with all the receipts being like, here's all the people that have done me wrong, and here's my proof, and here's why. Some bad shit happened when I was in high school, and I don't really want to talk about it. But when the pandemic happened, it really forced me to face it and reflect on what happened, which didn't make me feel great. I'm not asking for pity either, because if I wanted to do an expose, I very well could. So I went through literally the worst anxiety of my entire life. I was so physically unhealthy, and I didn't want to be alive, and I didn't really care about my well-being, and I just kind of went through a large portion of time with no regard for my well-being, like, at all, and I'm kind of still dealing with the after effects of that. I have always had a very big savior complex. I've spent a lot of my life focusing on other people and how to please them. All of my goals in life throughout school really involved around making other people I care about happy, rather than considering my own goals and aspirations, and I had no plan after high school because of that. I used to love making YouTube videos, but I also feel like there used to be less work put into making them. Like, I would film, edit, and upload the video all in one day, Jenna Marble style. And I also, for my beginning videos, I didn't talk in them, which made it a lot easier to upload a video because it didn't have any of my actual personality in it. Before I started YouTube, I was really weird. I was very quiet, kept to myself. I liked musicals a lot. Didn't have a ton of friends. Not that I was disliked, but just no one really put in the effort to talk to me, which I can't really be mad at them for. But then after I started YouTube, people I made eye contact with maybe like twice were coming up to me like, hey girly, which like, I can't blame them for that, because me being on the internet in a sense makes like a false illusion of me being like forward and charismatic, so I can't be mad at them for perceiving me that way. I've spent like pretty much my entire life like waiting for someone to validate me and take in all of my trauma and like basically have like a movie of my entire life in their head so they can feel everything with me. But that person doesn't exist, and they never will, except for me. I am that person, unfortunately, which is why it's very important for me to love myself, because at the end of the day, I only for sure have me. I promoted a couple of fast fashion companies when I was like 16, simply because they reached out to me and I didn't know any better, so I promoted them and had like a shitty 10% off like discount code, and it's very embarrassing, and that in itself is kind of a reason why I didn't want to post on the internet anymore, because how do you come back from that, you know? Being like, hey, I promoted a company that probably has like children in labor in like sweatshops, like probably, and like fast fashion is literally like the number one source of pollution like today. So yikes. Not good. I also promoted TTDI, which is a contact company, which was very shady, and they have a history of racism, and I didn't know that. Didn't bother to look into it, and I promoted them when they literally had like a section on their page that was like contacts for Black people. No. Yeah, it's really embarrassing, but it's also like really just disheartening to know that like companies like this are targeting people under 18, literal minors, to promote products that they don't know anything about, when you know they don't have managers or people, they're not like official workers, they're children, so obviously they're gonna accept your shitty deal in exchange for like shitty product. So I genuinely want to say sorry to anyone who I caused harm to because of this, because I don't support these companies and I'm really embarrassed for ever promoting them. Like I said, I wanted to come on here and try and get even, which is something I've thought about for a while. Like, write a whole long expose with all the receipts, but like, getting even doesn't exist. And you know, I couldn't film a video without a BoJack Horseman quote. So here we go. Closure is a made-up thing by Steven Spielberg to sell movie tickets. It's like true love and the Munich Olympics. It doesn't exist in the real world. The only thing to do now is to keep living forward. I can be angry and I can rage all I want, but it's like very important to remember that I'm not stuck in the past. I started therapy recently. Shout out to my bestie. Actually, not recently at all. It's been like almost at least a year. But so shout out to my bestie Amanda. Love you, girl. Therapy itself has changed my life. I recommend therapy to literally everyone and anyone. Even if you feel like there's nothing wrong with you, it's very nice to have someone well educated and unbiased listen to how you feel, and it really helps me to be less critical on myself. I've also become medicated, which has transformed me into a completely different person. I think it's been hard for me to film a video because there's no way for me to do it without talking about the past. But now we talked about it, so we can be done talking about it forever. Just kidding. Kind of. I'm done talking about all that sappy shit for now, because I hate it. We're done. You're done. So now, we're going to talk about things that I love. I love makeup. I love the transformation so much. Lately, I've been obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race. It just makes me so happy. I love the fashion. I love the makeup. It just makes me so happy and so excited and so motivated to create things. Some of my favorite drag queens, obviously. Trixie Mattel, Katya, obviously, duh. Violet Chachki, Latrice Royale, Sharon Needles, Alaska, Bendela Crown, Bianca Del Rio, Lord Delano, Shangela. I just love drag. It just makes me so happy. Like I said, I've been super into fashion. I mean, I always have been, but like especially now since being medicated, my love for it really shows. I love upcycling clothes and transforming individual pieces into a greater project. I'm really gonna learn how to sew so I can make clothes however I want. It's just so cool, and I just admire the art of it so much, and I wanna be them so bad. I just love being super girly and feminine. I've always been attracted to hyperfemininity. I feel like being on my medication has really made me so much more grateful and just like excited to be alive and just more excited about the things that I love. I'm actually like looking forward to getting ready like on a regular basis now and just doing like the little tasks. I'm in love with being alive right now, I guess. I don't really know if I'm gonna continue to make content for YouTube, and I'm not gonna force myself to do it if I don't want to. But I do want to say that I genuinely appreciate anyone that's ever reached out and had a concern for my well-being. And just in general, if you've watched my videos, I really do appreciate it. It's very, very sweet and like restores, I don't know, it's just warms my heart. I reached the end of my script, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to say now. Now you're in the raw, unfiltered, unedited, uncut footage. But also I feel like the hardest part of this was getting started, because now I could just talk all day. I'm like entertained by listening to myself, I guess. I hope I make more videos, but I'm not gonna force myself. Like, this one was fun, I'm not gonna lie. It just took a little getting into, and it's not like I have to talk about my trauma in every video. I would prefer to not, actually. But yeah, if you lasted this long, thanks. I love you. You are so sweet. Hi. Yeah. Welcome to the end of the video. This is the final look. Yes. Like I said, if you stayed this long, thank you for watching. Really love you, really appreciate you. Hope to see you on shameless plug. Follow me on Instagram. It's really the only social media I really use. Same @ I have here, Ho Bunny. Drop a follow. Thanks for watching. See ya.